So if you're looking for clarity, for peace of mind, if you're not at ease with your body, with however your body feels, well, that'll cloud your perception of yourself. So I want to share now some movements where we'll explore mobility movements, especially around our hips, pelvis and the lower back. These are areas where we can tend to hold on. We can hold on to tension. Some people say we hold on to emotion. So whenever we move through the practice, it's about being open, being aware of all that arises, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in whichever way that you define your spirituality. So join me first of all, just to sit for a moment, resting the back of your hands onto your legs, curling the tips of your index fingers to make contact with the tips of your thumbs. So time now for you to arrive to your practice, really to arrive to yourself. In this world where we've constantly been bombarded with information, distractions, this now is a totally unique time. A unique experience, time that you dedicate purely to yourself. In a way, just to sit and to be with yourself. So you bring the focus of your mind ever so delicately to your breath. Breathing, if you can, through your nostrils, and stay open to all of your senses. So you can either have your eyes closed or eyes open. And as I sit here now in this apple orchard, it is truly a joy. I feel so much gratitude just for being alive and being a part of the unfolding of this new day. We're taking one or two more breaths as we sit together, and then releasing your hands. Give your legs a little bit of a stretch out, and I'm going to move into an opening twist from a seated position. So bend your knees, step your feet a little wider than your hips, so outer edges of your feet, if they will, aligning with the outer edges of the mat, and then with your hands set behind, fingers pointing forwards, just feeling a little more of a lift through your breastbone. And to open into the twist, taking this next breath in, so still your breastbone lifting, and then your knees to the left as you take your knees to the left, so you turn to look over your right shoulder. With the inhalation, your knees, your head to the centre, knees to the right as you turn to look to the left. So again, to this central position, breathing in, knees left, look right, to breathe out. To the centre, to breathe in, and then this time, as you take your knees over to the right, so left sitting bones lifting, and turning to look over your left shoulder, breathe. And then returning your knees, your head back to the centre, breastbone lifting to breathe in, knees left, turn to look now to the right, and again to hold the twist. So very much just opening into our practice, so there's no forcing, not even really pressing your legs down. It's more a feeling of assisting gravity. And then to return your knees, your head back to the central position, slide your legs away, give your arms, legs a little shake out, and then bend your knees. Bring the soles of your feet together. Don't really try to press your knees down. I find that just creates compression and tension around the hip sockets. So feet together, hold around your toes or around your ankles, and like butterfly wings. So without forcing, like I say, I'm not a huge fan of pressing knees down in this position, but just explore the movement. If there's any discomfort, keeping your knees still, otherwise, so like butterfly wings, your knees gently moving up and down, and then stillness, settling into your seat. And again, as opposed to pressing your knees down, feel more that you're sitting a little more comfortably upright. So with your breastbone lifting, your collarbones wide, your shoulder blades softening down your back. And we can take a twist from this position. So feet together, knees apart, taking this next breath in, and then resting your right hand really across the top of your left foot and gently encouraging the toes of both feet together, taking your left hand behind, and I'm just checking because I remember seeing a nettle behind, taking your left hand behind. Feel the support of your left hand, your left arm, as you turn now to look towards the left, either your left hand to the floor behind you, or you can always reach around towards your inner right thigh as you find your thigh, knees apart, spine lengthening, as we take this twist to the left. Breathe. And with your feet together, knees apart, back to the centre. To inhale, take the simple twist to the other side. So that feeling of gently squeezing the 10 toes of each feet together. Right hand behind, just watching if there's a nettle. Soften your shoulders, turning, twisting to your right. Either your right hand resting down or you reach around towards your inner left thigh. Feet together, knees apart, turning, twisting to now the right. And then back to this forwards position. So holding around your toes or around your ankles, your breastbone lifting to breathe in, and then leading with your breastbone projecting forwards. Try and avoid tucking your chin towards your chest because that just encourages your mid back to round, your elbows towards your legs or towards your shins or towards the floor, softening your shoulders back and down. Breathe. And then straightening through your arms. If your elbows are bending, release your arms, release your legs, and we'll move onto the mat now into an all fours position. So with your knees underneath your hip sockets, setting your hands just forwards from your shoulders, just to make a few simple circles now. So circling with your hips and with your pelvis, your elbows bending, so there's also movement to your upper body, to your shoulders, to your spine, and then making the circles in the opposite direction. So there's no rush. It's not an exercise. This is an experience. Your practice, a celebration physically of your body. Your practice, a dedication to yourself, to all of the different aspects of yourself. To bring your hips, your spine back to the central position, hands pressing down. Tuck your toes under so your knees lift. Draw your hips back away from your hands. Relax the muscles of your neck, so pretty much just feeling your head hang. And with your hips drawing back, both heels sinking back as you tighten up a little more. Around your thigh muscles, you feel your thigh muscles gently gripping the bones of your thighs. And we either stay there or bending your right knee, taking your right knee to the right, pointing, if you can, your right knee a little more up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. Then resting your right foot down, we do the same to the left. Bend your left knee, left heel to the sitting bones to your left side, left knee lifting. You can look high to the underside of your left arm. And then resting your left foot down, resting both knees to the mat. Now to take your knees apart. So again, opening a little more into your hips, draw your bottom back, slide or walk your hands forward. So your breastbone sinking or even resting onto your mat. That connection with your senses. So the tendency is we just internalise our awareness. It can sometimes make the practice become a little intense. So listen to the sounds that you can hear, feel the texture of the mat beneath your body. Feel the flow of your breath. And then to rise back and into an all fours. So with your knees back underneath your hips, your hands set forward from your shoulders, space to now draw your right knee forwards, and it's either your right shin directly underneath your right thigh, or if your knee and hip allows, create a bit more of a diagonal with your right shin, and then sliding your left foot, your left leg back. So in your mind's eye, your hips, your sacrum towards level. It's a bit tricky here because the ground's not too level, but do you know it's such a joy to practice outside? This is truly the best place to experience yourself, to experience your practice. So you can always bend your elbows, make it a little more of a passive. Now just posture. I've just found the nettle there. All respect to Mother Nature, but I'm just going to move that one away. There we go. The joys of practicing outside, and it truly is a joy. Then, sensitive to your hips, your pelvis, your lower back, with your hands to about shoulder width apart. Try not to rush as you walk your hands towards you as you begin to approach that point of restriction, so you soften your shoulders a little more back and down. Breathe. Notice if you're holding on to your breath. And I'm going to give you one more variation. So if it feels okay, especially with your knee, your hip, your lower back, you can set your hands back. You can even bring the palms of your hands together behind your back, extending through your arms, lifting through your breastbone. Breathe. Then to safely release both hands down, to move out of the posture, tuck the toes of your left foot under. Now we can either press back into a down dog or you move into an all fours. It's entirely up to you. So if you're in the down dog, you can always pedal a little through the back of your legs, your hips drawing back, both heels sinking back to lightly rest your knees to the mat, moving off your toes. Draw now your left knee forwards. So with care, sensitive to your knee, your hip, your lower back, creating that diagonal, sliding slowly, carefully. Now your right leg back, and then to take the compression, maybe from your lower back. So you hear the birds singing. You bend your elbows, and we just take a few breaths in this more passive variation. And then if your elbows are bending, so walking your hands slowly back towards you, setting your hands to about shoulder width apart, so with your collarbones wide, your breastbone lifting, either your hands where they are, or that variation of taking your hands behind, palms together, fingers interlaced, so not creating tension, especially around your shoulders, your arms extending, your arms lifting. Breathe. And then releasing your hands down, dipping down, tuck the toes of your right foot under, rest back to down dog, find some gentle movement. And then taking your feet, or pointing your feet a little further away from each other, toes turning away, bending your knees into this squat position. I'm going to turn so I'm facing towards you. Now if you can wiggle your big toes more towards each other, sinking your bottom back, so you can take your knees apart. So again, the emphasis, the idea, opening a little more now into your hips, either staying hands to the ground or to your mat, or bring the palms of your hands together, seeing if you can use your elbows again to gently open a little more into your hips, and breathe. Still palms resting together, extend your arms forwards. This final option, just watching you don't roll back. Arms lifting, so you bring your arms, your torso, your body in as much of a comfortable, upright position as you can. Breathe. And then finally, to release your arms down, bring your bottom down, stretch out first through your legs, and then we finish the practice as we really began the practice, feet together, knees apart. Settle through your seat, soften your shoulders. Connecting with your breath. Your breath connecting what resides within, with the space, with the unfolding of the universe around you. If you've liked the video, please like the video. It helps with the algorithm. Subscribe if you're not already subscribing. I put much more content up these days. You can always contribute. Buy me a coffee. Click on the link below if you want to help to support me and the channel. Thank you.